Thank you.
It's like it's a surprise to me every time, that one thing.
And Hercules is past the transom.
Roger.
Roger. Let me just start the mezzos. Bleh. So upset about that. I'm gonna start your beacons up. Now, what do we think is the user for that? We tried sonar. We tried...
Down they go.
Nautilus. Oh, you got a fish friend.
Fish.
Just chilling.
Hey, buddy.
Don't go that way.
Yeah, danger.
How you doing back there? All good?
Good.
Roger.
And deck tether is all out.
Roger, tether out.
Tether out. Are we streaming ahead?
0.3.
0.3, roger.
We got about nothing current.
Nothing.
At 0.2, kind of, not really. A card into the ADCP.
Nothing current, nothing swell. Nothing wind.
In a pool, sitting in a pool.
Yeah, sitting in a pool. Test dive.
Maybe I'll try lowercase Nautilus.
Nemo, try Nemo.
Yeah, well, Nemo's usually the super secret password. So
Yeah.
can't be broadcasting that.
Oh,
No.
sorry. Try admin.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Pass. Root.
Sometimes if you scream it, it works.
You should write it on my keyboard. I remove all the keys except the ones used to type my password.
There we go.
Atalanta.
Atlas.
Down we go.
Splash. And put that back on us. There we go.
Van deck, Atalanta is in the water.
Roger.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
they are tracking but not in the right place. Shortly we'll be tracking everybody descending. Okay. All
Oh,
good.
look at Jake turning on his
Herc,
starboard
Atalanta
camera
and
for
Herc
me.
are present
I think
in
we can go
tracking.
to salvo.
Go to ROV now.
Clear for set dive, salvo.
Ready?
Good.
Dive salvo. Oh, look at all those.
Ooh, look at that.
What are those?
What do you got?
Some sort of fish in the bottom, down cam. Big school.
Fish school.
Fish school. School of
Audio
fish.
slate for dive hotel 1984, UTC time 052629. Mark. Wow. A little bit of a balloon.
Res looks like 19 PSI. Who did that?
Damn.
Wait, is this a halo climb? Do you see that in the Hercules camera?
What was it?
Just look, it's all smeary, like there's fresh water on the surface.
Yeah, I think this is the krill zone.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of lighting up in the lights too. Ooh, hello, that's
What's that
spicy.
thing on the front porch?
That'll calm down as we get to depth.
What's that
The
gold
parking
thing?
position?
That's the cutter, cable cutter.
Oh, right. Because we
Thing's
gotta
got
cut this
jam.
one. It's got jam.
It's got jam.
You jammed it.
Yeah.
Sweet. Wait, did you hit dive already?
Mm-hmm.
You must have changed one of the pips or something.
Man, what name could it be?
Hey, ROV team, if that's a good time, could you power on the our own CCTD?
Roger that.
Yes,
ONCCTD.
powering on.
Thank you.
Whoa.
DSC coming on as well.
And confirm at 7.5 meters, we're going to set up for a vertical transect.
Roger, we will be setting up 10 meters a minute.
Great. We're doing that top and bottom.
Yep, top
Right.
1,000, bottom 1,000.
Check 1, 2. That's okay.
Check, check, check.
Man, my
A
sign
couple
tone is
dB.
on
There we go.
blast. What's going on? There we go. Sign tone on blast.
Meters a minute? That's what the...
Yep.
Ooh, that's a long one.
I mean,
that
Justin
was
would
cool.
know, but I don't think he's up right now.
He's at his desk. Do you need him?
What's that?
He's at his desk.
He's at his desk.
Yeah, which I have a KP there. I can give him a ring if you want.
Yeah, we just want the username and password
Okay.
to the sonar computer.
Sure, stand by.
Thanks. This will be the test.
Ooh.
That was sonar, right?
Sonar computer.
It's going to get back to me in a second.
Thank you.
KP down there.
Van deck, all stop at 7.5 meters.
Copy that. I'll stop. Do you want to bump it? Just see if we got
Goals
it control.
in
Coming down.
Coming down. Just
Bump.
give it a little bump.
I have brake release.
Bump.
I have
Got
control.
it.
Control van has control of the winch. All right.
Have
You
them
guys
bring
want
up my
to?
stick.
You guys want to? Oh, is the stick down there?
Oh, it is. It's still on the winch on the
Okay.
whatever. Forget the name of that deck. Social deck.
Do we
Deck
continue?
control.
Do we hold or continue?
If Dan's there, can you have him bring the winch stick from the deck control up to the van?
Winch stick. Auto winch.
Hold or continue?
Huh?
Hold or continue?
Copy.
Continue.
Copy. Yeah. We
10
can
meters a
go
minute.
down at 10 meters a minute. Data, you guys good with that back there? For the video transect, we're gonna set up our video view. Jacob.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get that going.
Yes,
Can
10
we split
meters
it up?
per minute sounds good to us.
Jacob. Have you ever
zoom
called
in.
me Jacob?
Only when you're in trouble.
Lasers on.
Lasers on.
Iris down. There we go.
Never.
Justin said Justin's on. He's getting in trouble. Oh, what is it? Try that. I'll try it again.
Look at that. Dialed in. 10 meters a minute. On the money.
Yeah, go ahead. A lot going on here.
Okay. Two, 6, 5, 8. Try it. Can always catch up.
Yes.
Don't move the boat.
In that
Stay in the
video, did
boat.
you get those credentials you needed?
Yes, I did, and I passed over control to
Oh, so you can...
Mr.
Here.
No, see, if you do that, it's not going to be right. You're going to be able to get in there, but it doesn't have the settings we want.
The trust relationship. You have to build that trust, you know.
Gotta be in the circle of trust.
Yeah.
I think we're far enough away here, probably. I'm just thinking if you guys pull out, like pull Atalanta a bit, just want to keep steering clear of the tall stuff. So I'm like starting a little bit up here,
Okay.
but I think we're far enough now.
We have quite a amount of time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're only at 150. They're not at 500.
Okay.
Yeah. Bridge nav. We can hold position. Holding, thank you.
He's yelling it to the back
Oh.
room. Water up.
Love that move.
That was great, Paul.
Nautilus Justin. Now he's getting into the weeds.
Yeah, anytime you see him in the registry, I mean,
That's
something.
ominous. Yeah.
All right, time for a system health check already.
Several. How's that 10 meters going?
It was
Dialing?
Dialing. Slowing down.
Cool.
Up to that.
Dialing in with a cool 8 minutes left.
That gives Marley all sorts of time to explain everything there is to know about the ocean. Looking good there. And loving that.
All right, how's
There we
everyone
go.
doing?
How are you?
Fantastic.
Sorry, I had to
Marley.
finish posting on social media to let the world know that we're diving.
It's good that
The
they
world
know.
wants to know.
Got all the socials done. Just had a question about when we will start taking questions. So how we doing, Rennie? Are we
We are
sorted?
And we just started we're just now dialing in for our 10 meters a minute descent for the first 1,000 meters. The reason
How's the winch and all that? We good?
Winch
you
is
know
good.
what?
Solid?
They got in there. They fixed what needed to be fixed. Which, by the way, what was it? Anything, a loose connector or something, or what?
Yeah.
It was magic.
Okay. I'll accept both of those answers.
Yep.
We opened it up.
And then we
I
closed
opened
it
it
up.
up, I said some magic words, and it works now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are real good at fixing stuff.
Real good at breaking stuff, too.
No, that's the other team.
Yeah, that was a funny one. They just, we paid out till we got to the bottom, and then it didn't want to pay out anymore.
It
Yeah, I've
wasn't
never
the
seen that
winch.
happen before.
It was just like our remote control
Yeah,
for
it was the remote.
Yeah, Winch was tired.
So-
He was tired.
But then we had like a quick decision tree of like we can fix it. And then it was like, we can't because high voltage goes through there. And it's like, okay, we can shut off. We could, it turned into like, oh, just use the radio at the winch. Pretty quick, but it was like, but it was a tense 30 seconds then. We were like, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's mostly Trevor's squirrely brain.
I did start recording. What did I record? Camvan 2 and winch alt, just in case we needed diagnostic video.
Yeah.
And winch alt, just in case it went on a free form payout or something.
That's a squid right there.
Squid.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Rennie.
That's
Thanks for pointing it out.
That's not one.
I like your teleprompter.
Thank you. This is a vertical line.
Vertical line?
Yeah, you can
Oh.
tell because horizontal's this way.
Oh, is that what they call? Is that what they call perpendicular?
Yeah, you can. It's almost a 90 right there.
Almost.
Yeah,
Thank you, Professor Kane.
yeah. You're welcome.
It's another squid.
All right, so during this dive, we are going to a depth of 2,658 meters, which is the exact same depth we just went to.
Mhm.
Are we diving in the exact same place?
We are indeed. So there are, at this site, there are 3 moorings, one of which was 500 meters tall for a separate experiment. And that has been released from the seafloor and recovered. We're going back down, and the eventual plan is to inspect the other 2 remaining moorings, which are 150 meters up each from the seafloor. Inspecting both, and then eventually releasing one. And we'll go through the same iteration where we will recover and then pull the mooring in. And I don't want to make any guesses here, but I'm thinking we're going to go and release the 3rd one after that. Could be wrong.
Okay.
But there's a new tool for this one on the
Yeah,
porch.
it's called the web tool. It's a cable cutter.
The last mooring had a release that was ROV friendly, where you can grab a chain and pull, and it releases a release mechanism. Easy peasy, right? This one has to be,
A little more brutal.
yes,
Hydraulically cut.
hydraulically cut. And Jake just showed me a demo, and boy, let me tell you guys, we have something special in the works here. Just show Marley that thing. Actually, Marley might want that video for
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
to
cool,
the
we'll throw it
posting.
on the social media
Marley,
stuff,
you
whatever.
have a WhatsApp I can send it to you?
Yeah, let me give the world my phone number. Here.
Hold on, I'm taking notes over here. I gotta get Marley's number.
We got passwords, we got phone
That
numbers.
was a nifty move right there, Rennie.
Yeah.
I already get enough comments. Viewers all angry at me.
Oh, okay. Well, see, it's only default. We want all the rest of them in there too. Which maybe I'm mistaken. I don't think I am though. I think that we could start from scratch, but we already got them in there, you know, like.
Can I just type it in? Or, yeah, so I'll just type it in.
Nope.
And then just, I think just add the number. Nope. Sorry. Yep.
You got all your sensors on now?
Oxygen isn't spinning.
It's not.
Yep, Marley, like Bob.
Have you power cycled it?
Marley like Bob.
Yeah, so what is the video?
Oh my god.
Demonstration of the cable cutter. Did you send it? Okay, it might take a minute to go through.
Ed, we got a whole new watch to educate about DV Cooper.
Oh, who's that?
Well, I think he hijacked a plane, is that right?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I think so. I think that was, let me think, that was 1971.
71,
I think
yeah.
like
Good
September
memory.
9 or something like that.
Yeah, something
Jumped
like
out of a
that.
plane, right?
He
I-
did indeed.
Yeah.
You're familiar with
Yeah.
the story.
I'm familiar with Mr. DB.
Some of
Yeah.
the money was
Cooper.
found in like 9 years later, 1980.
Yeah. But I think if
Okay, I
I
got it.
remember right, it was
Thank you.
Mount St. Helens area.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of any evidence is long gone.
Perfect crime.
It's the only time there's ever been a air hijacking that was not solved.
Hmm.
Oh, there you go. Just saved you all the trouble of reading the Wikipedia page.
We're going through all the iterations up there. Maybe it was only signed into local. Yikes. It was only signed into local admin. And that's what they just used it on. It must have restarted itself.
I have not yet, but I would love to. Do you have, hold on. Yeah, I will.
All right, we're all stretched out. Delta 15, going down roughly at 10.
Oh, slow down.
Little dial back. Yep. The ship is fine. Weather conditions are great. We just have to remember that at 1,000 meters we can speed up. And then
Craft power?
at 1,600 we can go again.
Craft power.
All right, Danny, so this little video I got, I'm going to share it on the Nautilus Live Instagram stories, and it's a cable cutter. What is it cutting in this video clip?
An old CTD cable, right? CTD winch cable, yeah.
Is that a steel
It was
cable?
a test cut cable. Steel cable, yeah, steel jacket.
Danny, can you go on SBL?
I thought
thought
it
he
was
was.
on SPL. I guess I was
I
not.
can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
I hear him, but it's very quiet for me.
Can
Yeah.
you turn yourself up, maybe?
I got him right here.
Or
Go
Ed?
ahead, say something, Danny.
Testing 1, 2.
There we go.
There you
Loud
go,
and clear.
buddy.
Thank
Oh,
you.
much
All
better.
right, welcome to the party.
People turn me down because they don't want to hear me.
No.
I want to hear you.
It's nothing personal.
That was not. That was a neither confirm nor deny back there.
Oh my
We-
God, what did I do to you?
We tolerate you.
So as I was saying, we were testing the cable cutter. First time installing it on this vehicle and using it, brand new. It's going to be interesting. I think we're actually not going to use it until dawn.
So this is
That's right.
installed on the ROV currently?
Yes,
Yes,
I
so-
would show you,
Oh,
but we're doing a
sweet.
transect.
If you look in this screen here, you'll see it in the bottom. If you watch look at bubble cam.
I can put that out on Sat 3. Hold
Bubble
on, there you
cam,
go.
yeah.
You're live.
Oh, that's the
Oh.
wrong button.
Just needs like some dramatic music.
Is this a handheld or you got a?
Yes, this is
Handheld.
handheld.
Killer.
So
Grab the
it has a
handle.
handle and it's a big guillotine.
I added on the GUI, I changed the porch extend to knife cut and knife retract.
Scary.
Um,
Buttons are right there.
Danny wanted knife kill, but I was like, nope, that's too much.
Then you don't know if you're turning it off.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to kill.
Yeah.
A chop.
Squeeze, yeah. Squeeze to death.
Yep.
But those moorings have a float at the top, which is why they are floaty in the water column, just kind of chilling up there, and then we go down to the bottom and we snip it, and it will rise to the surface.
So we'll hold on to the chain on the bottom with Magnum, and then we'll grab this cutter with the craft, swing over, hit chop, watch it go to the surface.
And is this ours or ONC's?
ONC's.
This is ONC's.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like
I
it's
mean,
ever,
it might have
ever
fallen
been
off.
used.
It
Yeah.
might fall
Looks
off a
right off the
truck. It
shelf.
might end up in our toolbox. But
Now, we've seen in action before in the now infamous Hercules August rescue,
Oh yeah.
the an underwater bandsaw in use. Jason had a bandsaw,
yeah,
and he just had it on the porch, and they just kind of brought the
That was pretty cool.
tether and just boom, it's gone.
Yep.
Gone, and Herc was well floated, well buoyant, and headed straight to the surface.
I like the thing they put around the tether.
Oh yeah, that
wrap
was
it
the
all.
coolest.
Yeah, that was
bit.
really nice.
They did like, it was like
Gotta
a
have one of
Mobius
those.
zip
Yeah.
tie,
Yeah.
whereas like you were able to cinch it. Yeah, that video is, I think that made the highlight clip. I'm not sure if that part is in, but the video of that recovery, which was on an Ocean Networks Canada cruise a couple years ago,
Yeah, I remember that
should
one
be
well.
up in the highlights
That was
somewhere.
fun. That was August of 2021.
yeah, we were at sea with Lukai, and when you guys lost it, and we were wondering if we were going to get the phone call.
Yeah, it just so happened that Jason was there on the Thompson in the area working with a team that was working on the Cabled Network Observatory on the U.S. side.
Yeah, well equipped.
Well equipped, well staffed, and you know, it was funny, we were talking about the eventual dive plan that came about and kind of fretting about it, and you know, because to us it's a very important operation to get the ROVs back, but we were looking at it, you know, objectively, if we receive that dive plan with our ONC equipment and staff that we normally have out here, be like, oh, it's a pretty simple dive plan, just go down, do this, hook this up, and obviously a lot went into that planning from the ROV team.
Video's
yeah,
going off
it
comms
was
real quick.
To get August back up, did you use floats, or did you do a 2-wire kind of recovery, or?
we did 2-ship 2-wire, so one per.
Oh, okay.
So Jason went down and had put a bridle around some strength members of the frame, and then we lowered our 6/8.
Oh, it's right out there. Yep.
We lowered our R68 cable with a hook attached to it.
Dan's video is
On
about
weight?
to go famous.
Oh, the cutting one? Good. And then hooked into Argus and brought it back. What's this creepy salp thing in Herc Putt? Looks like a line that I hate those.
Yeah.
All right, Sean in Wales, I just posted that cable cutting video just for you. And anyone else who wants to see
At least that's a private
what
video.
Sean in Wales.
Sean in Wales said he was eagerly waiting to see the new tool for cutting cables. So it's on our Instagram,
Cool.
Nautilus Live Instagram stories.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, powerful watching it.
Yeah.
Just like, don't put your finger there.
Yeah. Cut carrots with it.
I wanted to grab a piece of 681 and see if we can chop our own
Oh yeah,
tether.
that'd be interesting.
We'll fly up above Atlanta and just chop our own line.
And electrocute yourself.
Grand fault detection will fix that.
But yeah, I was saying we lowered a weight down on our R68 and had a hook on it, hooked it up, and just brought it up.
Excellent.
It's like we just so happen to have a cable that can go to those depths. So.
Did you re-terminate?
Well, because it was only being used for strength, I don't recall how much yes, we had to re-terminate for a hook, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like we had to do fiber or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if we had cut off a bunch. I think we only cut off a short amount
Just at the broken.
to have for
Yeah.
testing and insurance and all that. But
So was it the termination that slipped? Was the football that slipped, or did the cable actually sever?
It slipped.
It slipped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pulled all the way through. The wires came all
But
the
we
way out
think
the
we think
J-box
it worked
of
out.
Yeah, so, well, that's going to happen because there's no strength there,
Right,
but
yeah.
but the footballs don't normally do that.
No,
So
and we didn't think it was possible, but we think it was kind of tweaked in a way that eventually might have set it up for a slip.
But you guys only do a return like once a year, right?
How
Hopefully.
often do you end up doing
Every time we
Unless
move on
there's
the
a-
ship, we do a return, so.
Yeah,
okay.
once a year, unless there's a failure, like.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
do. So once or twice usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was something that prompted some different monitoring, like I'm sure you guys with the, like, looking at the paint and the tape. And
Yeah, we always would do the tape, and we'll do a pre-pull, but because we're a mobile system, we terminate on the 681 every time we go on the ship.
Yeah.
So every time we bring it on board, we have to test.
We have this
That makes sense
whole
if
winch
you're
tension
a
GUI
mobile-
that's all new from that, and
mobile
we've gotten
system.
into a lot of monitoring, new monitoring of the winch tension.
But a big thing with Lukai is our actual tether between TMS and the vehicle. That's something we terminate quite a bit. Because we have lost the vehicle because of a tether malfunction.
Gonna have to get some more of these. I'm probably turned way down low, aren't I?
More of the bell
Yeah, sound good.
packs? Don't we have like 4 of them?
We have 2 that I know of.
Well, you could
Yeah,
just
those
do like
are
Yeah.
a useful thing to have.
Yeah, they're super handy because you just kind of walk around when you're on SPL.
It'd be a-
sitting right here.
Be on SPL, little portable.
There's
Man.
no one in to zoom in on that moment.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
kinda
know. I
tough.
would have needed another video guy. Could have had Marley hop up
Yeah, I
here.
can
She's
hop
fully
over
qualified.
there.
Just everyone's on headsets sitting right next
Just-
to me. Just to bother
Everyone's
me.
huddled in the corner.
I mean, you already got a plug-in right there. We need one here.
Well, I was thinking. I mean, these work just as well as those do, and they're just as easy to turn on and off.
Yeah, it's great. We've had success doing live broadcasts with them on the aft deck.
Yeah.
That's like, now let's turn to this person on the deck when we're on mapping cruises and don't have anything better to do.
We have a mapping cruise coming up later this year where I think there's like 27 persons on board.
Are you guys mapping on the way back to Honolulu?
Yes,
Yep.
we are.
Transit
yeah.
leg map.
Transit
We
map,
just
yeah.
try and fill in a gap.
Although there's actually 3 days funded, so it'll be transiting and then I think 3
days of mapping.
of a back and forth in an
Cool.
area, and then onward.
Yeah, that's going to be my first mapping cruise, and I will be the comms lead on that. So I'm going to get creative with our storytelling and our visuals, since we don't have the typical
Dave's
dive
got
ops happening.
all sorts of alternative setups for you to consider. You should definitely
Dave
talk.
does?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I can't wait to sail with Dave
Yep.
again.
We've
He's
got
great.
SPL to Facebook Live. We've got, you know, interactions
Yeah,
from
we'll
in
do lots
here,
of
all
interactions.
sorts of stuff.
Jamie's scheduling. Jamie and Kelly and
'Cause-
everybody are scheduling some cool stuff for us. So
I think we should have hangar hour, where we just have someone in there in like a wingback chair, you know, and on the headset
yeah.
back
Oh yeah,
on hangar.
holding court.
Well, yeah, just talking about.
Well, let's say why not like you know, story time up in the bow, up in the fancy spot of the ship.
Yeah, actually, we did some recording up there. We were reading a children's book.
Nice.
And everyone was kind of taking turns, and then they cut it into a video.
was that
Cool.
during a mapping?
Yes, it was. That was one. But that was a longer mapping, like a month-long one I did last year.
That sounds painful.
It's not. I find that it's much better than the transits because you're actually like you've got a survey going that you're covering a lot of ground, and it's for, you know.
The goal is the product, whereas
Yeah.
transit, the goal is getting to your destination.
It's also really satisfying to, if it's a long one, like that one was quite long. We were in Papahanaumokuakea, and there was, we're mapping the expanded monument, up to the EEZ, and I think about 50% of it has multi-beam coverage, and so we added, you know, a significant chunk out in deep water and a couple of seamounts and other features. So that was nice, because then you walk away from it knowing that that much more of it is filled in and well mapped.
Cool stuff.
This is still ongoing situation up there.
So Ed, have you ever used like a voice IP kind of chat server, like TeamSpeak or anything like that for comms, or
No,
just
because
mostly hardware based?
yeah, it's almost always been hardware based because it's so critical.
Yeah.
What'd you do for that? We had some onshore stuff during COVID when we had scientists
Yeah,
ashore.
so we have an add-on to our hardware-based intercom that's a software matrix. So you can run a key panel on your Android or iOS device or via web interface.
Ooh.
And connect to the intercom. So we'll have remote participants directly talking from, you know, their home office on SPL and directing the pilots on what to do, where to place instruments, etc. We'll be using that a lot coming up. You know, one of the great things, the value proposition in extending what we're doing to not only a global audience of people watching, but subject matter experts can participate dive by dive. So if we end up diving on, let's say, a maritime heritage site, and we've got, you know, archaeologists in Germany who are experts on that specific type of vessel, they can be telling us exactly what to look at. That would help them determine what it is we're looking at. And they don't have to come to sea for a month. They can just participate for that one dive. So that's very handy. Other ways you can try and accomplish the same thing is by connecting the intercom to a phone line and a conference call. And then remote participants can be on that. That gets a little unwieldy, so normally just like one person in the back row would be on that call. And they have a group conversation about what to do, and then they direct the front row on what to do.
That seems...
And on some other solutions we put together, instead of using radio, the bridge and the aft deck are using intercom. So the back deck crew is on headset. Usually just a deck boss, and maybe one other person. There's also a little, some vessels have what's called an aft bridge. So just like we have a mate on the bridge facing the bow of the vessel, they either can stay within the house and just walk aft, like on the Sokolyak or any of the global class vessels. Thompson had one. Or it's a whole nother part of the vessel where they go to the back and there's controls there. So the master of the vessel can be there overlooking the actual recovery instead of having to rely on, you know, television screens and our cameras to show them what's going on. Lots of ways to get this done, and all depends on the unique needs of the organization.
And your budget.
Yeah, this, you know, it doesn't have to be ginormous to get a lot done. We've put together systems that just are 3 small racks that go on a desktop that do, well, just about everything you can do here too. Not cool things like the telestrator, etc. And there's lots of ways to do control vans. You can do 1 van, 2 vans, 3 vans, or no vans, and set up in a ship's lab space.
Yeah.
The real challenge on doing anything in a vessel is you're super space constrained. So if you have 40 video signals and you got something that's the size of a phone book to process each one of those signals, you got to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Now you're generating a lot of heat, so then you got to keep it cool. So the smaller, more compact you can keep stuff. And the other great challenge is staffing. Even clients who have $1 billion to do whatever they want, their vessels only hold 30 people. So you really pour on personnel. So we don't have a lot of extra people who can run around troubleshooting. We've got to solve problems on the spot.
Yeah. So, like a couple of years ago, we had on one of our cruises, we had a bunch of people down and talking from shore. We had labs, everything was being connected. and we were having really problems with connecting everything. So I set up like a TeamSpeak voice IOP server.
Sure.
That worked for a while. We also integrated Discord.
Yep.
That was a little more bandwidth heavy, but it seemed to
And
work pretty well.
that's a huge constraint is, was two things. The amount of bandwidth we have out here is very limited.
Yeah.
We have probably 1/5 to 1/10 of what somebody who moves into an apartment and gets internet set up gets. And that's shared amongst 50 people and all of our operational needs. And that's very expensive out here. So we have very low service. So, and the other thing is everything we're doing is happening via satellite. So there's a geosynchronous satellite that's 22,500 miles above the equator. We have a satellite dish on the vessel that's sending a signal up there. Then that satellite sends it down to a ground link facility, etc. All of that moves at the speed of light, but that's a lot of distance. And so it adds what's called latency or delay. And so people who are hearing me say this at home are going to hear it in 10 to 20 seconds from right now.
Yeah.
So there's this big delay. So if you're trying to have somebody tell you where to place an instrument or where to try and find a vent, and they're experiencing that delay. So we have special sites that people participating from ashore can connect to that have a lower latency feed. That's 4 to 7 seconds. But that can only handle so many connections. So that gives us the ability to use telepresence to extend the operational capability of the vessel to a global pool of subject matter experts that can't all come out to sea.
Yeah.
So, and you know, lots of entities are trying to do that, and surprisingly, there's a trend towards making smaller research vessels, not larger. So the United States government is funding an entire class of what's called regional class research vessels. These are smaller. They can accommodate 2 20-foot containers. They have to be side by side. They can't go one over, one under. And so that presents a real challenge. How do you mobilize like a remotely operated vehicle or autonomous vehicles on there and have your tooling van and your spares van and your control set up, and they have room for fewer people. Now they're not designed to be going from Seattle to South Africa and studying for 6 months.
Yeah.
They're designed for working within a region. I know, I believe Woods Hole is getting one. I think the University of Southern Mississippi is getting one. Oregon State University is getting one. And those, I think the first of those was just floated last month.
Yeah, Oregon State.
May 17th, I think.
So what's for reference, what's the size, like roughly the size difference if we were comparing it to Nautilus?
Class-
About 175 feet is
yeah,
the new
so
vessels.
So Nautilus is what, 270 some feet?
68
No, 240.
meters.
Oh,
I think we're 240
230,
feet long.
230.
The standard I would hold up to is a class called the Agor 23. And there's 4 of those, the Noah ship, the Ronald Brown,
the Tommy G. Thompson,
the Thomas Thompson, the Ravel,
the
the
Ravel,
Scripps. Who am I missing?
Atlantis.
Oh yeah, and Atlantis. And those are about 278 feet long, and they're 58 feet in beam, which is almost twice as wide.
Yeah,
as
when I was on
Nautilus is.
when I was on Atlantis last summer
Yeah.
for the first time after being so used to Nautilus, I was like, this is enormous.
And those are kind of the like OG regional of the modern
It
era
felt like
of
such a bigger ship just for
research
being wider.
vessels.
Yeah.
They're kind of the original modern research vessels.
And so like our working lab space where you would find people working at computers is the size of a very small office. There's room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
The Thompson has an
people in
engineering
there.
office bigger than the our
And
main lab.
on that large global class of vessel, there's, as I'm sure you saw in Atlantis, that main lab looks like a bowling alley. And it is the width of Nautilus.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. So they're going smaller than that. And I think,
So
Dick, you're
both
saying like
more
178?
Not
yeah,
as
somewhere in the
wide and
170s.
shorter.
Because you're at URI,
I am,
right?
yeah.
And URI's getting one
They're
as
getting
well.
one. They just built their new pier to be able to hold
Great.
that vessel because it's a little bit larger than the Endeavor, which is what they have now.
Yeah.
So It's supposed
Is
to be
that
coming
Pierre
in
right there at GSO?
2024. Yeah, GSO.
At the
GSO
Graduate School
Pier.
of Oceanography at the
Yep.
University of Rhode Island?
Yep.
Ding. I don't know what I'm sure if you look up regional class research vessel, you'll find out what the big question is, what's the complement and the endurance. Strangely enough, the thing that limits endurance for, I think, almost every vessel, including submarines, is food.
Mm-hmm.
The Thompson, we pulled in, I don't know if you were with me, Danny, we pulled into a fuel dock in Seattle. I think we took on 220,000 gallons of diesel. And that lasts months and months and months and months. But they probably have enough space to hold food for like 40 days.
Well,
maybe
farm
60.
is keeping fresh food.
Right.
How long
Yeah.
can you keep a salad?
Well, they've
Yep.
got all kinds of tricks for doing that.
Oh,
in
they
the
do.
galley.
They really
So
do. But
what I just Googled, regional class is the smallest class and depends primarily on federal funding for construction. These vessels are generally 130 to 150 feet.
Yeah.
And this says they carry about 20 scientists for up to a month.
that's about
Yeah.
right. About
Yep.
30 days. That's about a good range. The Kilo Moana can do maximum about 45 days.
Yeah.
About 26 scientists
And we've
maximum.
got 32 max. We could go to 34, I think, but we hold it to 30.
And we have room for
32,
4
I think.
20-foot containers, and that's taking up the back deck.
Yeah.
Our max sea time is 32 days?
No, number of persons on
Oh, okay.
board in the science
in addition
party.
to crew, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
also we got to remember, Nautilus is not a U.S. government
Oh,
vessel.
yeah, no, really, you don't say.
Well, I mean, there's the problem. The difference is we're not American flagged, so we're not. We don't have
Release.
U.S. sailors. It's we play under a whole different set of rules.
Yeah, no, trust me, I've worked for Nautilus and several other vessels, so
when you were
I
on
see the differences.
Atlantis, did you guys have the U.S. Navy's DVD system, like they do on NOAA ships?
I'm sorry, Dan. What was that?
Probably. In
Yes,
the lounge,
it's
you
on.
mean?
Yeah, like first run movies.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, it's on.
I never went in there,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Powered on.
yeah.
That's a really sweet perk. So like everything that's in the movie theater right now is on DVD on the vessel.
Yeah, that's cool. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What vessel is that?
The Atlantis.
Okeanos Explorer has the same thing. It's the U.S. Navy's DVD system,
Gotcha.
but they're these super specialized DVD players that are tied to the vessel's GPS. And so it'll only play there. And like several times throughout the movie, this encoded stuff shows up. That is, and sometimes they'll just say at the bottom, like either the name of the vessel or this others. But you can play it through the ship's TV system. So on that vessel, a lot of the mariners will go put on a movie that's in the movie theater, and they'll play it in they have DVD players that play on the ship's TV system. And then they can go to their stateroom with a bowl of popcorn and sit in a nice recliner and watch a film. Important for morale. That's for the mariners. They have different watches and schedules than us sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, for those wondering, the U.S. Research Fleet has amazing food.
Yeah, the food on Atlantis was great.
Yeah.
Food on Atlantis is great. Thompson, that was the best food I ever had on a boat.
Yeah, and that was Sarah, our cook on there,
Yeah.
is from Victoria, British Columbia.
Is she still on the Thompson? Or
I don't know. I went to dinner at her house like 2018, but the pandemic hit and haven't kept up.
Yeah, we've got a really good cook on the Kilo Moana now.
And you know, it's not just somebody slopping something onto a metal tray. They're cognizant of people having dietary restrictions and you know, maybe gluten allergies, or there's vegetarian options. It's
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yes.
That's not to say that when we come into port, we don't go racing to a salad bar somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he's on comms. Oh.
He wants you to turn off the mezzo on Atalanta.
Yes, off.
Question, since we are doing a transect, should we set the Atalanta camera similar to the Hercules camera, like fully illuminated?
We can't, the Atalanta camera, or Atalanta only has lights that look straight down.
Oh,
So
I
we
see.
can aim straight down, but stuff just goes past us faster.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you look at that second box in on the top, third box in on top, you see if the camera is just about
Yeah,
pointing
it's on.
straight down, but we certainly
See it.
can.
You could point it at 45 degrees.
Yeah, that's where I just
Yeah.
put it.
I had to go, oh, no, think you're, yeah, not looking at, I had to go re-aim the gauge camera in the winch hold today, and I had Video Jake talking me into level. Yeah, we need to have a talk.
What?
Video Jake talked me into level on the camera in the winch hold that shows the gauges. It got knocked down. And so I got it to that point, and he's like, perfect. I think he lives on a hill. I mean, that's like 20 degrees, maybe?
Yeah, that's not straight.
What's that last gauge say? It's just pressure.
Yeah, hold on. I can tell you guys actually if I get this thing out.
Yeah, you've got it over there. Yeah. Does anyone have a protractor?
It's off
Yeah,
horizontal.
use a level on a boat to see how well
You
that
know
works
what?
out for you.
For watch change, I'm just going to have this up. I'm just going to be staring at it. I'm going to have a...
Well, he was using a level, and since we have a permanent list,
Right.
we were level.
Yeah. Well, at sea, you can't
Yeah.
ever... It's really funny when we come into port, a lot of times we'll have press come on board. And they have their videographers who come with them, and these are usually either local guys who just got started, or frequently especially if it's, higher level press, they're seasoned pros. They've seen it all. And they come on board with their full kit, and they set up, and having worked in the industry for a long time, we kind of sit back, get a chuckle, because they'll put up their sticks, they'll set their tripod up. And the first thing you do working on land after setting your tripod up is you loosen the head, and there's a little bubble in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you move it around until it's level, and then you tighten the head. And you'll see them on deck chasing that bubble around.
It's a lost cause.
The trick on a vessel is you level your camera with like the opening of the hangar or some part of the vessel that's horizontal.
I also just have to sometimes like tweak it in post, you know?
I always tweak it in post. It's the weirdest thing. We'll be on like a severe roll doing back deck work, and I'll take a photo of the crew working, and people will hate it because of the horizon. So
that's what I do.
And then I'll turn it, and they all look like they're leaning, but
but at least the
your
horizon's
mind doesn't.
straight. Yeah.
No, I always set to the horizon. Anytime I take a picture on a
I do
boat,
the
if
same
I'm
thing.
outside, I always set to the horizon.
Yeah, I do it all in post.
I actually got a really good picture today of our sunset.
That sunset was awesome.
I missed it. Yeah, looks beautiful. Still glad I
Danny,
was
you want to
asleep.
send me that one too?
I can.
I mean, you don't have to.
Oh,
Just now that you have my number.
Yeah. You're going to be one of the sources for half of her Instagram posts now.
Well, you know, I am definitely one of those photographer types, so.
Oh, cool. Our partners at Ocean Networks Canada also posted some of the work from the Barkley Canyon wall study. Wow. They're with Jason. Thompson posted footage of them doing the footballs for single body Jason. And there's Nautilus live.
I can send you a picture of Megan flying the ROV and Dan being a good teacher.
Oh yeah,
Dan's
totally.
a great teacher.
I don't know. Do you like this one?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think
So-
our social media coordinator, Jamie, would love that.
Everybody who thinks that we have sit around in a boardroom for months talking about what to post, this is how it happens. You like this?
Well, you know, you got to keep the image up.
Yeah, yes, actually. Yes.
The world, what is it? The, what is
A
it the
plus
captain calls this
R.
vessel? Like the most
Famous exploration vessel in the world.
famous exploration vessel in the world.
Yeah.
Big
Danny,
boots.
how many times have you been on Nautilus?
This is actually my first.
This is your first time?
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome.
I met the boat in Honolulu and rode it over to Canada and been
Oh,
on
so yeah, you did the
second
transit.
expedition.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Cool.
This is my 10th expedition. I just
There
hit
you
double
go.
digits.
Me too, Jake.
Woo! Let's throw a party.
Jake, were we on the first one together in 2019?
Which one was
Did you get on in Samoa and sail to Honolulu? Were you on that one?
So I was on Honolulu to Samoa.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah,
one
so I
did-
think the first time you and I sailed together was 2020.
2020 during COVID, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
That one did not cross the equator, right?
Yes, it did. That's
It
when we
did?
crossed the equator.
Yeah, I crossed the
Yeah.
equator too.
Um,
I was an intern when we crossed the equator.
Oh, man. Intern Shellback.
I was just
Sweet.
looking at those photos the other day. So fun.
Actually, I like this one better.
Oh, yeah, I have a good
This one
too.
has the obligatory Dan pointing at something.
Oh,
Oh,
good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is 40 for me on
Yep.
Nautilus. Where you at, 68 or something, Rennie? Is he here? He's gone. I think he's at...
Yeah, you and Rennie and Allison are all in the 60s.
But I'm
apparently.
at 62 all vessels.
Oh, not on Nautilus.
No, 40 on Nautilus.
Oh, I see. I'm at 18 on all vessels and 10 on Nautilus.
Nice.
I don't think we can post that one. I was actually looking at the communication headsets on Amazon. They have some pretty nice ones.
We've got another equator crossing coming up this winter when we go down to Jarvis on a mapping leg in
Ooh.
December.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it'd be nice and warm. A little concerned about spending 6 weeks at the equator and then coming home in December, though.
Oh,
Late
yeah.
December.
So will Hercules be on board for that, or will you guys offload
No,
before you go?
it'll offload before we go. Because they'll come into port with the whole ROV team.
Yeah.
So offload then instead of having to fly people back just to pull stuff off. And that then extends the off-season work period that they have, which sometimes can be very short.
Oh yeah. Well, we had a good off season last year.
I don't have my schedule up here, but we've got over 150 sea days or scheduled days of ops this year, I think.
Say again?
Wow.
You got a what?
The
Mumbly
number, I don't have my
mumbles?
spreadsheets here. The number of active days on Nautilus in our field season this year is immense.
It's higher than usual?
Yeah, they're getting longer and longer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you're gonna have to build a second Hercules, so you can swap out.
Yeah, or an even bigger, better ROV.
Bigger, better
A
ship.
Little Herc goes deeper than Hercules, right? Is
Yeah,
that-
but if we made a...
I tried.
So Hercules was built and designed to do archaeology work. And so
I
there's
see.
lots of design changes you might make if one were to do more ocean engineering and ocean exploration.
I see, yeah.
Hey, Rennie, just give you an opportunity to correct me. I was saying that you are somewhere around 68 expeditions on Nautilus?
Yeah, in the ballpark.
Yeah. Something like that.
60.
Did you just count them all?
So, there you go,
Yep,
66.
just ran them through real quick. I think this one's 66. Yep.
Yeah, my first leg was NA068.
Mine
Although,
was NA030.
yeah, that was my first leg on Nautilus, but I was working for a different entity then. Still, it's a leg on Nautilus.
I remember
so it
Ed's
counts.
first leg.
Yeah, I had to beg Justin and Al to come up to the vans while we were underway. San Francisco to Sydney, I think.
Yeah, my very first expedition aboard Nautilus is still probably my all-time favorite. It was so epic.
Which one was that?
To go all the way to Samoa. You were on that one too, Rennie. When Ed and I were just talking about crossing the equator and going from Samoa to Honolulu. And yeah, we had a good team on board and pretty good weather the whole time, and got to film all kinds of cool stuff, and COVID hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was going through my calendar. That 2019 was that year, right?
yeah, it was August, September of 2019.
Yeah, like right 2019
before.
was like a great travel year.
Yeah,
and
it was for
everything.
me too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did a family trip. Our daughter was gone over to, she's gone
London,
to Wembley.
right?
Yeah,
Wasn't she
to
in
see
London?
the Spice Girls.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
So we were up in Scotland and then hooked up with her and bopped around. That's where I have a photo somewhere. I was going into some country and you get the normal little form on the plane to fill out. I think I showed you mine. It's like, list all the countries you've been at in the last 30 days, and mine looked like, you know, the seating plan.
It's like one country per day.
On that cruise, I actually got off on Canton Island. Took a small boat to that little...
wait.
Why'd you go and do that?
Sorry,
you
what was
sat
that?
there focusing that, making it all pretty. Just had to go and ruin it.
Which one was Canton Island?
It was...
Was that where we delivered the scuba gear?
Yes.
I went ashore there too.
Yeah, yep. And...
that was Yumi, Dwight, and Antonella?
There was a couple of groups. I think I went with Samantha and Sarah Seabrook.
Right. I might have been headed back.
Martina.
You guys might have gone in after I came back.
Yeah, one of the two. I can't remember. Yeah.
That was in Kiribati, the Republic of Kiribati.
And then I remember on that leg for Howland, we were close enough to the island for binoculars to see the tiny Amelia Earhart monument.
Oh, cool.
On account of how flat that island is, it was really easy to see anything that had any relief.
For an SD camera, bubble cam has some really good clarity.
One of those nations that has very low relief, that is quite concerned about climate change. And I think
are you talking about Samoa?
Tuvalu?
It might have been Samoa or Fiji.
You talking about Tuvalu?
Maybe where they, it was, I think their PM gave a presentation to perhaps the UN, and he was standing at a podium with the flags behind him, and he was standing in about, I don't know, a foot of seawater.
I think it's Tuvalu or Vanuatu, but I could be wrong.
Very effective.
They're typically very vocal.
Yeah.
And have been for 20 years now or so.
Yeah. But a good way to make a point that it doesn't take much to just wipe out something like that. Hey, look at that, it's been an hour. Oh, no, 9 minutes away from doing gauges.
I still have you quiet in here, Ed.
Yeah.
And I've got you cranked.
You know what, they might have had, they've got their side tone turned way up over here.
Oh yeah, so you're hearing just yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it that way.
It's not much different from everyday life.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, turn you guys down, turn myself up.
Turn me up. The other thing we have to check is the Davy Clarks have volume adjustments on each side. So
yeah. Is there
I
a
can
pretty
make-
decent noise isolation?
yeah, I can make you do like the cars moving in stereo thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if I take these off, it's like
really
there's a lot of fans over here.
nice.
Hey, Jake, are we descending slower than we usually do?
Yes,
Is
we're
this-
doing a vertical transect.
Oh, that's what it is. I was like, I keep looking over and I'm like, we're still not
Yeah.
even to 1,000
Oh
meters
no, I
yet.
just forgot to put the verticals on.
Yeah, that would be pretty good actually.
Okay,
We're just
Oh, my
Roger.
joy gain's still at 20%.
Got it.
No,
going down.
no, we're doing
So
vertical
10 meters a
transect.
minute for the first 1,000 meters, and then the next 600 meters will be
Scoot.
the freewheeling Jake
Yeah,
Bonnie.
watch them go.
Oh
And
yeah.
then we'll
Cruising.
go back the last 1,000 meters of the dive, which will be from 1,600 meters to 2,600. We
1,000
will
meters
be
at 10 meters a minute. What's
doing
that
10
math?
meters a minute. I have a calculator that happens to multiply things
100
by
minutes?
1,000.
Does that calculator do time too?
just thousands. That's it.
Stretch
Thousands all
my
the way
arm
down.
out.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I won't mess up the transect.
Just don't get it in frame like that.
Yep.
So yeah, over an hour and a half for each.
Somebody say mess up the
1,000.
transect.
Oh, you ruined it. Now we have to go full speed.
No, we gotta go back.
Gotta go back, redo
gotta
it.
go
Yeah,
back.
gotta go back and do it.
Start again. We're turning this ROV around.
Don't make me turn this thing around.
I got Trevor this morning because he was trying to ask me about how we were approaching the mooring, if it was from top to bottom or bottom to top. And what did he say? It was something where the confusion was just enough of a window for me to slip in like 2 lines.
Oh yeah.
And one of them was, we do launch the ROVs from the surface, and then
Yeah.
we go down from there. Like,
God.
man, you can't leave any gaps. You got all your statements got to be airtight around around these parts, or you're gonna get made fun of real hard.
Well, I keep, correcting everyone on Argus Atalanta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't
I'm
know
trying
how.
to erase 65 cruises of Argus. To do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, we had a question in the chat earlier today about it's funny because it was completely irrelevant to what was happening at the moment.
People
but
miss Argus.
they had said, has Argus been retired?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
And Argus is
Still
just
viable.
on standby.
Still around.
Sabbatical.
We have 2.
Sabbatical.
Chose the lighter of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow the other ROV watch they've gotten to do a thing with Video Jake, trying to tell him there's a sticker on the ceiling with the word gullible on it.
Yeah.
And he refuses to look up. He won't look.
But there.
There's a
there
sticker
actually is
right
a
there
sticker.
that says gullible. You
There
can't,
is.
here, I'll put my flashlight on it. I think Tammy might have put it there. Can you read that?
Yeah.
What does that say?
So he
What
won't
does that
look,
say?
He won't look at it.
Yeah, he refuses to look up.
Refusing
He
to look.
just refuses.
Yeah.
And so I think that's quite funny.
We also we installed a new, some new signage. If you were to go to operate that joy box on your lap,
Oh.
you'll see it.
Hold on a sec before you
Yeah.
do that. So,
Yeah, once you get
ROV Jake,
pilot that in your lap.
I'm going to take your Atalanta camera away real quick and put that one there.
Yeah.
So go ahead and put the joy box in your lap like you're flying seriously somewhere.
Got him.
I think we need to switch spots there, Jake.
Isn't that great?
Oh no, everyone can see my fidget spinner.
It's not streaming, it's just a camera. So anyway, on ROV1, sled Zeus.
Nice.
I think I needed that.
Josh he pilots with it in his lap, or he was at the time, so I took it off there and put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey Ed, if the fidget cube shows up at any point, that would be
Yeah.
greatly
Have
appreciated.
you seen
Have
the
you
fidget?
checked the drawer over here?
There's a drawer?
Yeah, it's the old drawer that it used to live in.
Oh.
It's down here now. So, the black one, right? Or was it gray?
You did see the fidget sea creature, right?
Yeah, I like that one. Wow, what are those connectors for? At one point in time, I couldn't find scissors. Now I put scissors everywhere I look.
And remote
Oh.
controls, apparently.
Yeah, they've cornered the market on remotes down here and SSDs, solid state drives. Oh, 4K camera test. No, I don't see it down here. Oh, there's one more drawer over here, though.
What are you looking for, Ed?
The old fidget tube from the
I
old
think I saw it in the
vans.
ROV shop.
First
Critic-
you take my good pens.
Critical piece
And
of equipment.
I swear, if that fidget cube's down
no,
there.
I
I think
did.
it wasn't even mine. I think it
Because I
was,
was playing with it.
I think
Oh,
it was
this-
Miles.
This got
brought
all
it.
organized and stuff. It's not going to be in here.
All right, while Ed is rummaging around, we have a nice comment from Sweden. Good morning from Sweden.
Good
Can you
morning.
say that in
Sweden.
Swedish?
How are we doing? We're doing just great. Not completely losing it yet. Oh dear, someone just asked an actual serious question.
Let's do it.
Can we talk about
Let's do
Sweden
it.
some more?
10 meters a minute is kind of painful.
Okay.
Yeah.
No?
Hey guys, wondering if you are able to share what the data you are collecting might be used for. Is it
Oh, man.
for private corporations, research papers,
Oh, that's a great
or
question.
what?
World peace.
You know, we happen to have an Ocean Networks Canada data steward in the
We
background.
do. Where does all the data go?
Well, it depends on what kind of data you're asking about.
Yeah, we have lots of data.
So Ocean Exploration Trust, which operates the EV Nautilus, we collect data on our normal science cruises. That's free to use for the general public. We put that in public repositories via a program called R2R, Rolling Deck to Repository. And from there, there's other aggregators such as NCEI, National Center for Environmental Information, as well as others that can take that into their own repositories or synthesized. But yes, all of our data is publicly available for the dives. On this cruise, we are partnering with Ocean Networks Canada. And Ocean Networks Canada is really unique in that, so if you think about ROV dives, they're these singular, discrete moments of a point in time where we're able to sample information about the seafloors, from video data to actual biological samples, etc. But it's really just in a single place for a single moment, and there's not really any continuity unless you visit that site over and over again to understand how it's changing or anything about it. But what Ocean Networks Canada can do by having a cabled network observatory that provides power and communications to an array of instruments across the seabed is collect data 24/7 at these sites. There's lots of different, if you've been tuning in, there's lots of different instrumentation that we have down there, or that ONC has down there, that we've been helping to service on this cruise. So they can provide in those individual locations a 24/7 stream of, say, CTD, conductivity, temperature, depth data, or perhaps a hydrophone array or seismometer data,
Video footage, stills.
video footage from cameras that they can turn on intermittently at sites. And all of that data is available at Ocean Networks Canada. Do you know any bit about how that's about the availability of that on your website?
No, you
Oh.
pretty much said everything that I could have said as well.
Well, that was
and
a
not
great
even better.
statement of the value proposition. But there is a portal that Ocean Networks has called C-Tube, and all sorts of data available via their website. I believe it's oceannetworks.ca?
Yeah.
Question?
Yeah, yes, it is. Actually,
So yes, everything we collect is publicly available unless we're being chartered by a group that wants that data to not be publicly available, which is few and far between for our organization.
You charge a premium for that, right?
No, the whole point is we're the first step in the scientific process most of the time, so we want others to come and build on the observations that we make.
Yeah, so I can only think of less than a handful of times maybe when there was some certain data restriction, and oftentimes it's for a time period, not indefinitely.
I know we've done a couple cruises with Lukai that the data was locked out pretty well.
Yeah, yeah.
Dan's over here messing with my camera. Oh, Dan, your video is going viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, your video you took today.
Cable cutting.
I gotta get Dan on my...
No, he doesn't even have his headphone on.
Oh, okay, never mind. 78,
Sorry,
50,
checked out back here.
Yeah,
What'd
we
you
got
say?
Midnight with Dan.
temp less than 74, humidity, yep.
Smooth jazz with Dan.
So, Dan, this environmental sensor over here that seems to have gone to the great environmental sensor farm in the sky,
Oh yeah.
is that something we can easily replace, or
I
Say-
need to look at that. Thanks for
we
reminding me.
power cycled it?
Yeah, let me look. Hold on.
I don't know why I'm popping my P's. Hold on a sec. Check test 1, 2, pop, pop. No, still popping.
No,
Huh.
that's still popping.
Normally if you come across the microphone with the air instead of right at it. Oh, Dan's fixing stuff in situ.
You should give him your remote control headset. Teach him how to use it.
The,
Then he can walk around.
oh yeah, he
and
would
talk.
love it. Get him on a belt pack. Because I think this reading's wrong. It could be me. Does it feel like it's minus 216 degrees Fahrenheit in here to anybody else?
Well, you know, I do have
that
a
sounds
slight chill.
pretty
well,
accurate.
now you live in Hawaii. Hey, do you like it warm? More? This too cold for you?
I like that it's cold in here personally.
Well, you could turn that one down a little bit. Oh, actually, no, you
I
couldn't.
mean, whatever. Why is the reading so off?
It's the sensor. It's got something going on. Dan's going
Did
to
your $5
pull out
sensor
a flashlight and take a look at it.
die? $2 sensor? Yeah, we've got, you know, DIY electronics monitoring our van.
And our barometer is pegged at 34.3. I think that's not mercury. What is HG?
Barometer units.
That's
Thanks.
inches mercury.
But mercury's not HG, is it?
I believe it is.
Huh.
I mean, that's how you measure barometer pressure, so... Yeah, you're Googling it.
Mercury
is
is
it a pressure
indeed
unit?
HG. The atomic number is 80. There you go, all you mercury fans. I'm sure somebody out there is going to write in saying they have a t-shirt that says Freddie HG on it.
Why not?
Have you ever seen this shirt that's got like it's a circle made up of, it just says FE, FE, FE in a big circle?
Yeah, iron.
It's a Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. It's a good one. I mean,
Nice.
I had a shower curtain that had the entire periodic table on it, and the only reason why I did it was because I saw it on Big Bang Theory.
Oh, nice. I
was
just
like,
did
I
an
want
impulse
that.
buy of a shirt that, well, never mind. Big Van Gogh fan. It's Starry Night, but it's got Chris Farley, like, photoshopped into it, and it says, I live in a Van Gogh down by the river.
So, the funny thing about that is, I was shopping for shower curtains the other day, because they had some very interesting ones pop up on my feed.
I'll tell
And
you
I
what.
saw a starry night with
Oh,
a
yeah.
dolphin and a cat riding the back of a dolphin
I also have
over the starry night.
I have a starry night with Godzilla in it too. That's a good one.
We have a viewer who just said greetings from Tokyo, Japan.
Hello, Tokyo.
Morning,
Does the
Tokyo.
viewer happen to be named Dougal?
No idea. It's funny because it doesn't show up on the locations map. According to our locations map, we have people tuning in
Waves
from
and
Yeah.
United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Australia, Singapore, Italy, and France.
Can't hit the side button.
But it doesn't say Japan.
Maybe there's lag. Or maybe they're lying.
well, it depends on where they're connecting to the internet. They could be VPNing
Oh, yeah,
to
they could
somewhere
be
else.
VPNing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There's an entity in Japan called Jamstech that does very interesting work with some similarities to what we do.
I don't know what it is about just fun shower curtains, but who likes a boring shower curtain? I mean, seriously.
You're inspiring me to get a new shower curtain. I think
Yeah,
I should get one that's I would like to have one that is a detailed. Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
You're inspiring me to get a place to decorate.
Oh.
I'd like to have one that's like a detailed world map so that I can practice my geography every day.
Amazon has some really amazing shower curtains. Like, who wouldn't want that in their bathroom?
Yeah, that's dope. That's very cool. That might as well just be like a wall tapestry.
Exactly. And they're actually in really good quality. I just ordered one the other day. I don't know what it was. I was laying in my bunk and I was like scrolling through Amazon. And my partner emailed me, gave me a text message of, "What did you just buy?"
That's one of the things I enjoy about
And that's what I bought.
sending weird stuff
That's fabulous. I love it. That's so good.
That's the best. Dan's showing us
That's
amazing
good. That's
shower
waiting
curtain.
for me at home. So
Nice.
Good. That's a good thing to look forward to when you get home.
I hope
I
you
mean-
looked at the measurements because it's 7 inches by 7 inches. It's a little
did you
tiny
guys see
shower
my new
curtain.
shower curtain?
Why is that monitor all cockeyed? The one to your right?
Sorry, which one?
Somebody keeps just turning it. I don't know.
Maybe I probably need to tighten those down a bit.
I mean, it is nice to actually be able to see the front row.
Oh,
better.
that's
See what's
why.
going on. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a height thing.
Well, we
lower it.
also, hold on.
I think we need a monitor of the monitors.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, you don't see much of that one.
Oh. Stand up. No, just kidding.
She is standing
All
up.
right. I know. It's just, it was a softball. Yeah.
I'm looking at you and smiling, but you're behind a monitor.
Rennie, we got a question for
sure.
you.
I'll take
How do you guys stay?
Yeah, that's got it.
How do you guys stay put while the vehicles are in the water?
Oh boy, that is a question for me. Let's see. Well, we have a ship that has a system called a dynamic positioning system installed on it. So basically, as long as you have a GPS fix and you have some units of propulsion, specifically and preferably both at the aft of the ship and on the bow of the ship. So in our case, we have a bow thruster and we have a jet pump that can spin around at any azimuth and send a jet of water. But basically, we have a computer that's controlling, that says, here's the GPS fix, here's where we'd like to stay in position, and if you're able to control with a fine enough precision against the forces that the ship is feeling, like wind and current and the swell, then you can have that ship hold station. And then if you're able to hold station, then you can make step moves and say, I want you to be at this position over here. And then the ship can move in that position. That's kind of some of the basis of doing some of the fine-tuned ROV work, especially important in shallow water, because there's not a lot of in our two-part ROV system, there's not a lot of that cable that's dangling down, so anytime you move the ship, the vehicle is moving immediately in whatever direction. Whereas in deep water, there's a bit of a time lag, which sometimes you'll hear us groaning about, but that's just kind of a matter of physics. You know, you move the ship, Atalanta will eventually pendulum to where it's moving, but there's a delay in when it starts to move and when it settles.
That was a great description. Thank you, Rennie.
Sure. We call that DP for dynamic positioning.
Staying
So
on
if you ever hear us
DP.
talking about DP, that's what we're talking about.
I finally just had to ask Allison. I was like, Allison, will you please tell me what an IP is? Because
Oh, the instrument platform? Yeah.
I mean, this was a few days ago, but I was like, yeah, he just keeps saying IP, and I don't know. I mean, I
We haven't
figured out it was like, I just wasn't sure if it was like initial point or like the start of the dive.
because we do happen to go to them right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Very good deduction.
Figured out that IP is instrument
And
platform.
then on the IPs are a JB for a junction box.
Yeah, so many acronyms.
Yeah.
Our buddy in Japan says he's working on a military installation.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice.
his VPN location is most likely blocked, which makes
A likely
sense.
story.
Oh.
Thank you for your
Well,
work.
yeah, thanks for listening in.
Lots of people who come out here have prior military experience.
Yep.
So I got my start. As a matter of fact, hold on, what is... let's do some math here. This is very bad. So this is what, 2023? 1982 equals...
What math are you doing?
That was 40 years
Carry
ago.
the year.
No, it'll be 41 years ago next month I went to basic training.
Wow.
Did you count your bleep years?
Wow.
Wow.
So, yeah. And I was 30 then. No,
You don't look a day over 70.
no, I think I was 19. Yeah, it makes sense. That all aligns.
Where'd you do basic training?
Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and I just recently reconnected with my drill sergeant
No kidding,
via
really?
social media. Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, super cool guy. I was all worried about, you know, like you think the drill sergeant's gonna be super harsh or whatever, and when you like do your all in processing at a certain center, and then you're put on a transport vehicle to get to your barracks. That's where you meet your drill sergeant. And he came on the vehicle, and he's the nicest guy in the world. He's like, hey, guys, my name's Sergeant Sproul. I'm going to be your drill instructor for the next 2 months.
Aww.
We're going to have a lot of fun together. Do want to let you know that you have 30 seconds to get off my vehicle, and I just wasted 28 of them. And then from that point on, he was not very nice.
No expletives in that conversation?
Not in that first part. There were not. And there were 60 of us on that vehicle, and we spent the next probably 2.5 hours trying to figure out how we could get all of us and all of our duffel bags out of there in 30 seconds. Yeah.
Once you figured it out, were you able to do it?
Yes. Yeah. It took a lot of thinking and teamwork on the spot with people you've never met before. So.
Yeah.
But some of this, yeah, I think, you know, it's just they have a tough job, and there was a lot of fun stuff too.
We have a nice comment that says, thank you guys for your service.
appreciate that, but I did it all for that parking spot at Lowe's.
That's excellent foresight you had. This is going to pay off. Not quite sure how,
No,
but
I knew there would be a hardware DIY store in my future that had veteran parking only.
parking just
That
slightly
was-
closer
yeah,
than
and
the
you
rest.
know-
Not as good as handicap.
For a
That's what got you in
19-year-old,
there.
that was really forward-looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a pretty sweet parking spot, too.
I almost joined the Navy. They didn't want my GED.
Oh, huh.
Really?
Yeah. Can't think of my life now, or even if where I would be if I would have been successful in that venture.
I told a friend recently that I thought I would do pretty well in the military, given the type of person I am and the work experience I have. Like, I don't know, I have several buddies who have deployed, and when I talk to them about ship life and expeditions,
I think it depends on how
like-
early they would have gotten you.
they're like, yeah, that sounds pretty similar to the dynamics we have in a deployment. You're with the same people every day doing the same thing in a small environment, you know? It's
Well,
like,
there is something bonding about working under adverse conditions to achieve an objective.
oh yeah,
That's team building.
and being a team player
Yeah.
and all of that. Yeah, it is interesting to think about. I mean, I'm a very disciplined person. I like to do my workouts every day. I like to, you know, do all that sort of stuff. But
You are pretty independent.
I don't know. I am my own person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this one?
I don't know
Look
how
at this
well I
creep.
would have
What is that?
survived in the military.
Right at the end of transect. All right, Danny, buckle in.
It's
Yeah,
like
buckle in,
an
you're going
XBT
down. Hold on.
fish.
Yeah, that fish is... Oh,
So
there.
what, we get to go fast
startled.
for 600 meters and then
That's
go
right.
right down the
meters.
slow?
30 meters a minute till
Wait,
1600.
how close are we to those guys coming up? Oh, here we go.
Ulrike, we're standing by to end the top 1,000 meter transect.
Yes, I am.
I'm just going to leave you in
You
my
put your
same
belt on?
setup.
Yeah,
For,
where's your Herc seatbelt?
Yep, seatbelt.
5-point harness. What are you on a roller coaster?
We have a
999. So close.
Do you want to go down and
1,000, okay.
fix it while I tell you on radio?
No,
You can
that's
use your
okay. No,
belly
I-
pack.
I've already done that once.
All right, Danny, we're increasing.
Okay.
We're going
increasing
down.
speed.
Full speed.
Ramming speed. Engage.
You just have to remember at 1600 to slow back down.
We'll be there in seconds.
Oh,
great.
what am I talking
We are
about?
doing fantastic.
I was joking with Megan Paulson the other day because I mentioned that I went to military boarding school when I was in high school, and my life has not changed that much because I still live in a bunk bed.
Right.
30 meters a minute.
And
I don't know if I can make 30 meters a minute.
Oh, you can make
I
30
should
meters.
No, I
rewatch
think I
that
might have,
movie they shot there.
what's that?
I
Taps?
should
Maybe giving myself a
Taps.
speed limit.
I should
Taps.
rewatch
Tom
that.
Cruise, Sean
Yeah.
Penn,
What?
Timothy
Timothy Hutton.
Hutton.
Yeah.
And who was the guy who played Patton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
George C. Scott? No.
Yeah.
I think we gave
I think it's
ourselves a
George C.
speed
Scott.
limit.
Yeah.
Didn't they film that like in 82?
They filmed it in the 80s. I was
No.
forced to watch that many times, yes.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of nostalgic.
All right.
Run away?
Oh,
Hand off
too
over here at
fast.
video.
Too fast.
Good luck, guys.
Oh, look. It's that time already?
Hello.
I'll hit the brakes. Yeah.
I think Hercules needs to slow down. Happy birthday.
Randy, it's your birthday? Happy birthday. I guess that means cake for dinner tonight.
Ooh, that is exciting to think about. Oh. So our in-flight movie this evening will be Deep Blue Sea, starring Hercules.
That's always the movie.
Oh.
But it's always a little bit different.
It's an evolving story. Actually, it's not a movie. It's more of a series.
Yep.
Tune in next week on Hercules Diving the Deep Blue Sea. Dive times are sporadic. Watch social media for dive updates. Sinner Dragon. What? Good data. Good data on blue channel. $300 meters to go until we have to slow down. Jake, did we zero the 6-8 or did we do that when we hit bottom?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right when we get in the water, we normally do that.
That makes sense. That way we don't end up spinning on the way down. Make me wonder though, are we porch heavy? Look at our pitch. This descent reminds me of diving with Blue Kai.
What were you guys working on in the hangar?
Earlier today, before the dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were installing the web tool on Hercules. So the web tool is a hydraulic cable cutter.
Oh.
So we'll pick it up with the arm, and it will cut metal cable for I think the mooring. That's the plan, to cut the cable. This one doesn't have a release that we can detach like the other one.
Okay.
So better than that little knife that we usually have.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
This one has got some serious jam, and it was actually just posted on the Instagram, Nautilus Instagram story. A picture of it operating in the hangar.
Cool.
Nice.
I believe they call that a video, a motion picture.
A motion picture?
Emotion picture.
E-motion picture?
Instagram, TikTok. What's the new one? I can't keep up.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
You're the SCF.
No, I don't even have a TikTok, so that's how far behind I am.
Tickety tack.
In terms of our social media, I think we only have Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
And YouTube.
And YouTube, yes,
Yes.
the channel.
Yes. But it's not considered social media anymore. It's just a platform,
Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we actively post to it so much as just live stream from it.
There's some stuff. We have a channel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little longer form though.
The cutting probably won't be on your watch though, right? So you won't even get to use that tool?
It'll probably be around noon tomorrow.
I had daybreak. Sounds like they want to cut the mooring at daybreak so they can get it out of the way first thing in the morning. I mean, I thought we'd be on bottom by now, but 10 meters a minute to depth. Slow ride.
I did the math in my head.
On your little handy dandy calculator over there?
Yep.
And it says 12 tomorrow?
Yes.
Recover at 12, really?
No, I don't know.
I mean, daybreak's at, what, 5:30? 5:30 a.m.?
And that's what time things are being cut?
I don't know, but
that's what I was told.
Yeah, if they're waiting for daybreak, it makes sense. 5:30. Wonder what we're doing in between.
Doing transects. Right now we're doing 10-meter transects.
Steph?
Not yet.
No, other way. You're muted.
1600.
Yeah.
Just
soon.
Okay.
Thanks. Gotta slow down.
But yeah, I think we'll do a benthic video survey to kill some time.
First 1,000 and the last 1,000.
Because no one cares about the middle.
That's true.
Yeah.
The missing middle. Yeah.
As a middle child, I wholeheartedly disagree.
Everybody cares about the middle.
Yes.
Malcolm
That's the best part of an Oreo.
Yeah, we haven't seen Oreos in the mess for a while, have we?
Oh, that was day one.
Yeah. Those went fast.
Yeah, bran cereal, that's sticking around.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because
No
everybody
pun
loves
intended.
bran cereal.
It's not just bran, it's all bran.
All bran, I think that's grandparents.
All bran all the time.
We're going to have the bran cereal until
That's going to be until the last day.
which will be no one.
I mean, it's okay if you pour sugar on it.
Orilla added marshmallows, which is why there's that random bag of mini marshmallows there.
Huh.
I had a peanut butter marshmallow sandwich the other day.
That sounds
Because it
good.
was the only thing left in the galley to eat at 3 a.m.
Oh, honey. There's honey, too.
I had a peanut butter and honey toast.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
And I used the good peanut butter.
I think I've been spoiled too long on the Kila Moana.
Yeah.
Just always having really good food available 24/7.
And the soda machine.
We got soda on Nautilus's birthday.
I slept through that.
I don't drink soda, so I don't actually care.
Well, see, the thing with the soda machine is you can just get soda water, and you don't have to get the soda part.
All right, Danny, get ready to hit the e-brake.
Oh, we still got 25 meters. I mean, that's less than a minute now.
Yeah, we're cruising.
Oh.
Siphonophore. Look at that chunky one.
I was just going to say, he's the chonky monkey.
Turbo Rhina Granojo, I think. Or big red jellies.
Yeah, it looks like big red.
I think they'll know the distance between 13 meters a minute and 10 meters a minute.
30%.
Is it happening yet?
It's starting.
Okay.
It's happening.
Slowing down.
Two.